Catherine, dear.
Yeah?
No matter how you look at it, this room is just too messy. Oh, please clean up a little.
What? That's called abuse, you know.
Trouble busters!
What the hell is this?
Coming.
My good man, the luggage can be put here.
Wait, that voice.
Wow, thank you so much for the warm welcome.
Warm welcome?
Have you not heard from Alan, ma'am?
My name is Melanie, and I'm a 66-year-old grandmother who can't help but be surprised in the worst of ways by my daughter-in-law, Catherine, who suddenly and forcefully moved into the new house I just built this year. I immediately wanted my son Alan to fill me in on the details, and according to his testimony...
I had a fight with her, Mom. She just left the house and doesn't want to see my face for a while. I'm really sorry, but I'd like to ask you to take good care of her for now.
I felt sorry for my son, who was showing his vulnerable side so much when I called him, so I decided to reluctantly welcome my daughter-in-law, who had forcefully moved in without my knowing about it. But then... Catherine, dear.
Yeah?
I think it would be good if you could do things around the house at your own pace.
I know, ma'am.
But this, your room, wouldn't you say this is beyond anything tolerable?
If it bothers you, you can clean it up. I don't mind, ma'am. I love you, Mrs. Thompson, and I have no problem with you rummaging through my personal belongings.
No, it's not that kind of problem. You're nothing but a freeloader, aren't you? People clean up without being told, and you know better too, or so help me, I'll kick you the hell out. I wish I could tell her that.
So you're saying you won't clean this room up?
Well...
The hell? So you won't do it, huh?
Well, think about it. This is your temporary home now, so I just think...
If you won't clean it up, could you, leave me the hell alone? What will you do if the smell of chestnut flowers fills this room, huh? I absolutely loathe that smell. I'll sue you for pollution.
But I don't smell like chestnut flowers. I'd like for us to get along, if that's possible. After we do become closer as part of the same family, then please make things right with my son, dear.
You're asking me, after all, Mrs. Thompson, so I'll apologize and make things right with him.
That would be the ideal unfolding of events, truly. But now she hates me as well. Hold on. Maybe I rather ought to be the catalyst of something even worse.
I'm divorcing you, Alan.
I won't be able to apologize to Alan enough if that happens. That's why I chose to endure for a little while to mediate between Catherine and Alan. But it seems that there was more than one obstacle.
Are you kidding me, Melanie?
I'm sorry.
Is this a problem that can be solved with an apology? Will I be able to concentrate on writing a novel with those two empty-ass words?
No.
What say you, eh?
No, you can't concentrate on writing, can you? I understand that to the fullest.
Well then, you know what to do. Don't allow Alan's wife to create such a racket on the second floor. Don't let her play loud music.
I'm sorry.
Hey, do you seriously understand?
What?
The reason I'm not a successful novelist is because your support of me as my wife is freaking mediocre as hell!
He wasn't like this before. Oh, this is bad. If I don't do something about those two, I'll be completely defeated long before Alan has a chance to make things right. I guess I have no choice but to correct her with serious intentions. That's how I made up my mind to decide to ask Catherine to help me with the housework. Although it's clear now that she's a troublesome creature to deal with, she is the daughter chosen by my lovely son. Catherine, dear, I'm coming in. Hold on. Is she downstairs? Well, no matter. Huh? Suddenly I heard the sound of a vacuum cleaner, which was music to my ears, honestly. My husband makes this enigmatic claim that his hands exist with the purpose to write stories, not to sweep and suck up dust and debris. That only leaves Catherine as the only potential person to be manning the vacuum cleaner right now. Oh, that's right. In a roundabout way, that girl is the bride that Alan chose as his for the rest of his life. What will happen if I don't believe in her? Damn you! It took a while, but finally my relationship with Catherine had taken a step in the right direction. Oh, come to me, O light, for I see you, and the hope you bringeth. Catherine, are you there?
Oh, hell no. This is bad. I'm gonna destroy the evidence quickly before the old damn witch comes back home soon.
I guess the light was a mere trick of the mind.
Glass shards scattered everywhere. Where are you? Hey, it's broken? Mrs. Thompson?
Catherine, what are you?
What the devil? The Mother's Day present I got from Alan?
Oh, I can't forgive this. I can't forgive this at all.
That does it. I think I'm going to embrace this vengeful momentum and confront her about the housework, this little accident, and the strange feeling I felt when I entered her room. Unforgivable. Troublebusters initiate.
What on earth are you thinking?
You don't do a singular second of housework at all. All you do is eat, laze about, sleep, and read. You're such a degenerate that you could give my lazy acquaintances a real good run for their money. Could you explain to me how this happened?
I mean, the reason why I broke down by accident was because my room was a little too dirty. I thought, I can't do my nails in this environment.
Do you realize what you're saying? Leaving aside your self-righteousness, the original source of this mess is because you just don't clean your own room yourself, Catherine. Wouldn't you agree?
What? That's called abuse, you know.
What? Abuse, you say?
I told you, didn't I? I told you that I have no problem with you rummaging through my stuff when you clean my room, right?
And what does...
I told you, didn't I?
Yes, you did, but...
Yep, a frickin' coward. I've given the right to clean up after someone who likes to clean, understand? I actually like it when it's dirty because it's more functional or more efficient. But I figured that since you are letting me stay here, I did you the favor of telling you that you're free to clean up as you choose. That's what I said. What else do you want me to do, huh?
I want you to clean. Oh, please do what I ask of you, for everyone's sake.
Enough forcing work on me.
No, it's not like I'm forcing it on you or anything. I just want the housework.
And that's legitimate abuse.
What? Huh? It's not like I'm telling you to do housework just because I'm Alan's mother.
No, you are. There's no reason as to why you're saying that. If you keep on abusing me like this, I'll divorce your precious son, huh? Hey, are you listening? Do you think there's anyone else who could marry that good-for-nothing, pathetic, lame bastard? Well, I got married because I was approaching the best age to marry. That's literally the only reason. Otherwise, he would never have gotten married. Imagine if I was 3 years younger. I would never have married a man who looks like a redheaded beanstalk. You really have to be aware of how unpopular and unattractive your son is, you know?
I see. So those are your true feelings and your true nature, huh?
Yeah, it is. Well, he basically does whatever I tell him to. I bet he's thinking about how to apologize to me right now.
I wonder, truly.
Anyway, I'll just indulge myself just as much as I've always done, and if you can't allow that, then I'll divorce Alan. You okay with that? Your actions will be the trigger for your son to lose the love of his life.
The trigger?
That's right.
The trigger, huh? And you already pulled the trigger yourself.
Huh?
Catherine, just as I've suspected for a while, it seems you've crossed a line that shouldn't be crossed.
What the hell?
Can you please leave this house?
What?
Oh, wait a moment. Now I'm ready. There are 3 main reasons. First, about your selfishness. You continue saying the word freedom like it's your mantra of sorts, but that only tells me you don't even know the difference between actual freedom and selfishness.
Again with the lecturing?
Catherine, you're a full-time housewife, are you not?
Yes, I am.
Then you must be a housewife full-time, otherwise you're literally nothing.
For the last time, don't force all of that on me.
Well then, what do you think being a full-time housewife means?
Someone who stays at home, that's all.
And that's no good, is it?
Do you have the right to decide whether it's good or not? No, I don't believe you do.
This is my house, so yes, I do have that right.
I really hate you know that?
Oh, trust me, sweetheart, when I say I feel the same way, you're not the only one.
Just because it's your house, you say, when it's in fact your husband's house, isn't it?
No, it's my house.
What? Don't lie to me.
I'm not lying, darling. There's no way my husband, an unsuccessful novelist, could buy such a nice big house now, could he?
Huh?
Did you really think he was a popular author? He hasn't won any awards whatsoever, and he hasn't been able to complete his story for the last 6 or 7 years.
Is Is that so? Well, the more you know. It seems like Norman told you such random, ridiculous things and not the truth. Well, he's just trying to show himself off after all. That bastard! Anyway, to get back to the point, this house is in my name and all the money to buy it, all of it, came from me too. It's thus my house. If you disagree with me in anything I say under my roof, you're very welcome to leave.
If you're not satisfied, leave, you say?
No, wrong again. What I'm saying is that if your definition of freedom differs from mine, one of us will have to back down and adhere to the other.
So you demand that I, the freeloader here, back down?
Yes.
That's something you should never do because that is abuse.
Yeah, no, this is not abuse, darling.
No matter how you look at it, it's abuse. It is.
Yet no, this is not abuse, darling.
What are you on about? She who realizes I'm in a weaker position here and thus can tell me to get lost?
You call yourself the weak one, but once you consider you don't do any housework and just laze about 24/7, wasting your days rotting in that landfill of a room of yours, well, if it's violence for the strong to flaunt their strength, it's violence for the weak to flaunt their weakness as well. I'm not saying anything difficult to understand. I'm merely saying that you ought to handle the housework that arises with the passing of life.
For the last time, if someone who wants to do it does it, problem solved.
Housework is not under the premise where someone who wants to do it does it. Catherine, dear, what will you do if Alan stops working his job?
Then I'd tell him to work.
But then consider this. What if Alan said,
I don't want to work. Don't force your ideas on me, all right? If someone wants to work, they should then.
What then?
What are you talking about? Get your ass out there and find a job. I'd be pissed and tell him to get a job.
There you go. Well done. That's exactly what I'm saying. Housewives don't want to do housework. If someone wants to do it, they should then. What are you talking about? Get your ass out there and clean the house. That's how it is.
Shit.
Any objections? Dear Melanie, if only you could have said all this to her in the beginning. What say you, Catherine? I suppose she has to overcome the fact that she can't take action unless pushed to do something. I've been patiently trying to understand your way of life, taking into full consideration that you are my son's wife and believing that you will change eventually. I built a new house because I wanted to leave it to Alan as an asset to inherit.
There you go. You're saying it yourself. If you say that you're giving it to Alan, then this is also my house, fair and square.
Well, I was unfortunately wrong about that. If you hadn't been stained with true evil, that would have happened, truly.
What do you mean stained with true evil? Don't use confusing phrases all the time, so help me.
Let me be clear, then. You're cheating on your husband with my husband, aren't you?
What?
It's no use feigning ignorance.
Wait a minute, where is this coming from?
I found my husband's favorite coffee and cigarettes in your room. What's that about,
Those are mine.
Is that true?
Yes, it is. What's so wrong about that?
They're yours, are they? So did you buy them?
Are you asking if I shoplifted or something? What the hell? I bought them. Of course I bought them.
Is that so?
What is the problem with that?
Where did you buy them?
The convenience store down the street.
There are multiple. Which one was it?
They have that kind of thing at every convenience store, don't they?
No, they don't.
What?
The coffee my husband likes to drink and the cigarettes he likes to smoke. They're not sold at your regular convenience stores.
No. They are. They definitely are.
No, they aren't.
Yes, they are.
So which convenience store did you buy them at?
I forgot that sort of detail.
Then do you know the names of the brands making the coffee and the cigarettes?
What?
You use it yourself and indulge yourself with them on the daily, so of course you know.
I don't think you have to know those things. I get canned coffee from the drinks corner and the box of cigarettes have numbers.
The brand making the canned coffee is Morning Muse, and the cigarettes are made by Ashen Aroma. Look them up on the web.
What?
That drink is a craft brand of coffee that's only sold overseas. You can't get it in this country unless you order them online yourself.
Why does that bastard take to such a stupid frickin' niche kind of coffee?
As for Ashen Aroma, it doesn't even come up on the web.
Huh?
It's in a box like it's for sale, but the cigarettes in your room were rolled for my husband specifically by the owner of a nearby cigarette store. So they were handcrafted cigarettes, so to speak. And there is no way you could have gotten those same exact original cigarettes.
Shit,
And thus was my little PowerPoint presentation about the thinking of my husband, who hates doing the exact same things as other people. I guess he always wants to act like some kind of creative artist somewhere. He's the kind of person who always thinks he's different from the norm, after all. Well, from my perspective, he's just a normal person who hates normality. So, now I'm wondering, why did you lie? Because you had to lie. Why?
why?
Yes, why? Why did you lie?
Your husband came into my room and we just started chatting.
Then you should have said that from the beginning, right?
I felt sorry for you, Mrs. Thompson.
Oh, so it's out of kindness that you lied, huh?
Yes, kindness. I thought you'd probably get worried and suspect us of something, so...
Is that so?
That's right, you're being too lewd.
Then, perfect timing.
What? Who is it? Alan?
Alan, sorry for calling you out so suddenly.
Don't worry about it, Mom.
What? You called him over, Mrs. Thompson?
Yes, I sent him a text message earlier.
Why? Why would you do something like that? Alan, do you regret your actions?
Regret? Regretting my outburst about how you've been out gallivanting out with your friends every day and haven't come home even after midnight came and went?
Yeah, that's right. Always nagging and complaining about me hanging out with my friends and enjoying life. You're just like your mom in that way.
So you hung out with your friends, huh?
What are you...
You hung out with your lover, more like.
What?
There was something similar written in the text messages that Mom sent me, too.
Something similar?
Yeah, the fact that you cheated on me with Dad.
But I didn't.
There was your father's favorite canned coffee and cigarettes in the room where I was letting Catherine stay.
What the hell? Don't tell me they were cheating on us in this house.
Yes, there's no doubt about that.
We didn't do anything like that. There's no way I'd have that kind of relationship with my father-in-law, Alan. More to the point, I don't cheat on Alan with anyone at all.
Did you find any evidence against him, Mom?
No, not yet.
Forget the yet. You'll never find any. I'm not cheating on Alan with anyone.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
I have the evidence.
I don't even know how this even exists.
There's no point in pretending not to know. I hired an accomplished detective and had him take the photographic evidence.
I'm going to look for evidence against him, too.
Look.
There's definitely evidence of his affair with you in your room.
You know what they say, one person's trash is another's treasure. The treasure being a mountain of evidence, of course.
Indeed, a completely incompetent woman proved to be useful for the family for once, it seems.
Wait, don't look through my stuff. Let me clean my room up right now.
You don't have time for that.
I want to do housework. I want to tidy up my room.
Oh, don't worry. Miss Thompson will see to it personally that every nook and cranny of that compost pile is cleaned.
You go, Mom. Clean of heart, clean of lifestyle.
This year's filth shall be cleaned up this year, after all.
That's how it is. Well now, Catherine, how about we talk to me about officially divorcing?
Mr. Thompson! Mr. Thompson! Please, sir, come out of there!
Futile. He's been drinking a lot and is probably in a dream right now.
Mr. Thompson! Mr. Thompson, wake up!
What? My novel's being made into a movie? I'll definitely question you about your affair with Dad, so you better be prepared.
Mr. Thompson!
Don't worry. Let's hear your ideas about a story.
After that, I cleaned up Catherine's room and searched for evidence simultaneously, and as a result, I found an audio recorder that clearly recorded footage of the two of them being in a physical relationship. I used that as evidence of their infidelity to me and my son Alan, and just as we were about to confiscate their asses from the property, wouldn't you know, a last desperate attempt on their part.
It was a spur of the moment. Please forgive
me. There's
no way I
can
can't
forgive you, you useless, putrid sack of lard.
Naturally, Norman and I got divorced, and I didn't demand any alimony, and no property was divided between the two of us. But I got him to pay me $8,000 for cleaning the whole house from top to bottom, and another $15,000 for new furniture. And thus the incident was a part of the past. I succeeded in kicking out my cheating husband. Alan also asked his ex-wife, Catherine, for $20,000 in alimony. Additionally, he demanded his father pay him $20,000 as well as a declaration of termination of family ties. Later on, as it turned out, she'd been on him with another man, some stranger I couldn't care less about, and so he demanded an additional $25,000 from her and $50,000 from him. He also kicked her out of the house, demanding that she never show him her face again. Catherine has never worked a job in her life, and Norman has always lived like a bit of a sidekick to me. So he's 51 years old now and has almost no work history. The two of them have not even been able to get part-time jobs and live off their wits in a certain park in the city. Seems like the permanence of all things great and small is just an illusion. Meanwhile, I was able to wash away all the filth of this year before it was too late, and I've now invited Alan to live with me in my new house, which he's accepted. When he finds a new wife, I'll leave the choices open for him. He can choose to stay here, or he can choose to leave and find a place of his own. I want to let my son do what he pleases. Troublebusters!